first time watching Trenton Simpson. The Ravens just took him. Round 3, pick 86, linebacker out of Clemson. He's 6'2", blazing speed for a linebacker. He ran 4.43. The first thing that strikes me, I'm watching him in 2021 versus South Carolina. I am struck in watching this game by how many ways, how many different positions and different alignments you see in watching this game. First play we're watching is him in a heads alignment, just inside the number 2 receiver. He's basically a nickel here. So right away, I see that there's a little more to him than just linebacker play. You'll notice that he is constantly rerouting guys within 5 yards. Very, very physical, and that's constant. He makes good effort, and perhaps we'll see this later, to get receivers out of the seam, and he's successful in doing so. Not just the different alignments, different assignments we see in this one game, but also his physicality, jump off the screen. Here he is, looks like man coverage on number 2. They're going to try to flare out the number 3 receiver. He's going to level and destroy this block, get outside, play contain here, and make a play on the ball carrier. Here we see Trenton aligned in some sort of back half safety role. It might be some sort of bracket coverage on number 2. Could be a half field to that side. It doesn't come to him, but we're just studying where it is or how it is that he's aligned. And it's starting to sink in as I watch more of this game that this is a guy Mike McDonald can use on the field at the same time as Patrick Queen. He's at the line of scrimmage right here on this play. This goes back to one of the first clips in this video. He's a constant rerouter. I think he's a flat player here. And you can see he doesn't mess around. He really does a good job of disrupting the route of the receiver and then taking the flat. Again, we see him in less of a traditional linebacker role and more of a nickel or pure corner role. As I said, this is my first time watching him. When the pick was announced tonight, I prepared myself for the news that the Ravens had traded Queen and were moving back into the 3rd round, or they were trading for a player. And maybe that's happening right now as I'm making this video. I don't know. But as I watch this, I see a versatile piece for the Ravens defense. A guy that almost certainly will take Patrick Queen's spot next year. I don't see this pick of Trenton Simpson, at least at this point in this first video watching him, and this is from 2021, as someone the Ravens picked just as best player available or a contingency plan or just for next year to get ahead of the curve. I think they have a plan for this guy. We see him here on a slot blitz. He certainly does have tailor-made chase linebacker skill. Clemson has crept him up just before the football is snapped, the end man, to chase down the back or make a play in the backfield. Good length on him, great speed. We see Trenton here aligned in a more traditional will. Outside zone away from him. You can see he's got a lot of speed. I'm not sure how they coach him to play this, whether or not he should be shuffling rather than chasing this. He does have help here backside. In any case, he's finding the football. He's got good speed, comes to the line of scrimmage, kind of gets caught in between here. Doesn't seem to know whether he should plug here or take on this block. Doesn't appear purely natural to him. Watch it again. Almost immediately after the Ravens drafted Trenton, the commentators were more or less falling all over themselves, talking about how he needs to be more instinctive versus the run, have a better feel in zone coverage. I've only watched 3 games now, and every time I see him, he's either being fast or he's being violent. And you can go a long way with those 2 qualities from the linebacker position. Or he's doing something ridiculous, covering a tight end and breaking up passes 30 yards downfield up the seam, as we see here. As I said, you either see him being fast or being physical, or both. He's the end man on the line of scrimmage. The offense is going to run a pin-pull concept to his side. Watch him take on, hit the right tackle, take up a gap and a half outside, shed, find the ball carrier, and he's going to finish violently. Watch it again. So as I record this video, I'm finishing it up about an hour and a half after they drafted him. My impression of why he is the pick or was the pick has almost nothing to do with him being best player available. I'm sure they felt that he was, or that they might like him in a backup role, or they felt it was good to have somebody when Patrick Queen moves along next year, that is in 2024, and I'm presuming he's with the team this year. I think, to put it in its simplest form, this guy will be brought along as part Chuck Clark, part Kyle Hamilton, part Patrick Queen. He's very fast. He's very physical. I have faith in the Ravens coaching staff to coach him up. I have faith in Mike McDonald to put him in favorable positions that will make the best use of his talents. I am going to watch more, but thus far I really like this pick.